Hi guys. Hey, I'm just going to wait for you to come back. I'm so sorry I had technical difficulties, but I'm back now and we'll continue talking about our topic. And I must tell you, you're so free to ask me any questions. Feel free to ask me any questions. Don't hesitate to ask me any health questions that you have, and I will be happy to explain. And please, when you're here on my live, say hello, say something for me to see that you guys are here and that it's working. I had technical difficulties in my last live video, so please let me know if you can see me and hear me well. Welcome. I'll just wait for more people to come back on. Hello, guys. Welcome, welcome. Say something on the live chat so I can see you. Hello. Are you here? Say something in the live chats and feel free to ask me any health question that you have. Oh, it's working. Thank you so much, Zazam. I'm very excited to have you here and thank you for coming back. I really appreciate. Who else is out there? Say something, and please feel free to ask me any health questions that you have. But in the meantime, I'll continue to talk about what I was talking about in my previous video. I was talking about insulin and how when you don't eat something, you let your body to have no insulin during those hours, and during those hours, it's possible for you to burn fat. So the more hours that you can stay without eating anything, if you can, the more you will benefit from that fasting state. So some people do 24-hour fast and then they eat the next day, or others do a one meal per day. But for me, I always say that my fasting window is for 16 hours. Even though some days I actually go for like 20 hours, depending on what I'm doing that day. And not only is it important for you to help your body to rebuild itself when you're fasting, but also you can reap the benefits more if you're also having a healthy diet. Because sometimes people think, oh, I'll just do intermittent fasting and I'll lose weight. Yes, you might lose weight, but generally you do need to watch what you eat, especially the quality of the food that you're eating. And quality doesn't need to be expensive. It just needs to be something that is healthy, more fruits and vegetables, nuts, and healthy. If you eat meat, you should eat always organic eggs, organic meat, something that is not so processed. That will be very helpful if you need to lose weight, if you want to lose weight. And also, I think what I've found to be helpful is that when you're doing intermittent fasting, you should be able to do things that will also aid your weight loss. You know, for example, if you don't like to exercise, right? It's okay if you don't go to the gym and exercise, but at least you can do something like walking, even cycling if you like cycling, because I love cycling. So that's how I exercise. I don't go to the gym. I don't go to I don't know. I go sometimes just to the track to jog, but otherwise I'm not like that athletic. So the only way that I keep myself active is by walking and cycling. So just trying to be intentional with your weight loss. So going to the store, maybe you just want to go there with your car. You can say, okay, today let me just cycle there. If you're not going to buy a lot of things. Obviously, if you're going to buy a lot of things, like if you have groceries to carry, then you'll need your car. But if you're just going to the supermarket to buy something really small, one thing, then I don't see why you wouldn't go there on your bike. Or you can just walk there if it's possible to walk to the supermarket. So things like that will help you to keep your body active apart from your intermittent fasting. So I understand that other people are very athletic. So if you're athletic and you love to go jogging or you love going to the gym, that's great too. You can do that and it will help you to be healthy. Another thing that I want to talk about in terms of weight loss is you have to understand that weight loss is a product of a healthy lifestyle. Not that a healthy lifestyle is a product of weight loss. Because sometimes we have it all mixed together, in the head. We think, I'll only be healthy if I lose weight. No, you should be healthy. You should be healthy, then you'll lose weight. And when you do that, if you lose weight in a healthy way, because you can lose weight but in an unhealthy way. And if you do lose weight very fast or in a very unhealthy way, you're most likely going to gain it back. But if you do it in a healthy way and you do it as a lifestyle, meaning that it is not just a diet that you come on for 2 weeks and then you're done. If it's something that you do for the rest of the year or for 2 years, for your lifetime, then it will be more sustainable. Okay, there are questions here. So, what about sugar? Should you avoid it generally? I would say if you can, as much as possible, avoid sugar. So by sugar, we mean most of the sugar that is processed. Like, for example, the sugar, table sugar, right? Table sugar is fructose. And the way fructose and glucose are processed by the body is two different ways. So you can have, well, carbohydrates and you will still say that there is sugar there and you have sugar, but that sugar is different from the sugar that you add on your tea or coffee from the table sugar, because that's fructose. And the insulin response that it creates is so high and destructive to the body. That's why, as much as possible, you must avoid sugar and avoid sugar added beverages, soda, Coca Cola, Fanta, and all these, processed sodas. They have a lot of sugar in there. It's that kind of sugar that if someone gave you on the table and said, oh, add these 8 teaspoons in your tea, you would never do that. But in the processed drinks, sometimes they're even up to 8, even more tablespoons of sugar in that drink. But you're drinking it because it's processed. You do not see, you do not know that it's that much. But as much as possible, if you can prevent eating sugar, that will be great for your weight loss. But also, I do understand that sugar is something that is, it's like an addiction. So it's difficult for most people to let go of sugar addiction or to let go of eating sugar altogether. So there are other sugar non-sugar sweeteners, right? So more like stevia, you can use that. But in most places, those kind of things are so expensive or even difficult for you to come by. So if you can train yourself to avoid sugar little by little, because you can't say, okay, today you've been using 4 tablespoons of sugar in your coffee, and then tomorrow you're down to zero. It's not possible because you will not even drink that coffee. You will think it's so bad. But if you can wean yourself slowly, maybe tomorrow you use only three, the other day you use only two uh, teaspoons, and then the other day only one. And one day you actually be able to drink something without sugar. For me, that's what I did. So let's see, when was that? In 2017, there about the end of 2017, I started weaning myself off sugar. And it wasn't a 1 day process, it was a long process. So I didn't just decide, oh, I'm not going to eat sugar anymore and that's the lifestyle I want. No, it was slowly. So I weaned myself slowly. And now I can confidently say that I'm not addicted to sugar like I was before. Right now, I can stay and have my tea without any sugar. I don't mind. Or you can use alternative sugar or alternative sweeteners like stevia. Also, honey has its own sugar as well. So even though honey is known for its amazing, antioxidant properties, antibacterial properties, that's amazing. But also, honey, we must consider that it has a lot of sugar. So even though I do use honey, I try not to use it too much because then that will take me off balance from sugar. So I hope that I've answered your question. Please let me know if you found this information helpful. And anybody else out there, you're free to ask any questions. Please write in the live chat so I can read your question and respond to you. So we have talked about the benefits of intermittent fasting. We have also talked about how to avoid sugar. And thank you. I'm so happy to have responded to your question. And now I want to talk to you about one of the main ways that you are not able to lose weight, no matter how much you try. So I've talked about insulin. You can avoid this through intermittent fasting, through eating low glycemic foods, like I said in my previous video on insulin. But then there's this special thing that everybody goes through, and it's so hard to control: stress. When you're stressed, you produce another hormone, which is cortisol. And cortisol is that hormone that, when it is present, it also prevents you from losing weight. So, when you're stressed, everyone gets stressed at some point. Everyone goes through difficult times in their lives, and you're going to be stressed. But then you need to be mindful of your stress levels. You need to be mindful of the things that you can do in order to prevent dwelling on worry or being so stressed in your life. And I can share with you some things that you can do in order to prevent being stressed out all the time, which is another cause for being overweight. So if you're stressed all the time and you have high cortisol levels in your blood all the time, you're going to gain, especially belly fat, you definitely gain that. And also, not only does stress affect your weight, but also it makes you age very fast. So the more stress that you have, you age very fast, and also it affects your cardiovascular health. So you end up having high blood pressure, all those cardiovascular diseases if you're stressed all the time. So just be mindful that, understand that it's normal to be stressed. But what can I do? What can you do to prevent being stressed all the time? So, one of the best ways that I've found to be helpful is to meditate. Other people pray, and prayer is actually one of the best ways to meditate as well. But if you're not religious, you can actually meditate, find a quiet place and just be. Just be. Listen to your body. Don't think about anybody else or anything else. Just be. And the more that you're able to practice meditation, if you can do that at least once or twice a week, if you can do that every day, even better. Just sparing that moment for yourself where you can relax, listen to your body, don't think about anything, and just be. That moment will help you to distress, will help you not to feel as stressed because you give yourself a break from, everything. It's like the intermittent fasting of the mind, right? Meditation is like the intermittent fasting of the mind. Remember, we are trying to fast the body so that it's not working all the time and processing the sugar. So if you meditate, it's like you're also fasting your mind from all the thoughts that are running through your head. If you can just sit there and be, you're giving your body and your mind peace. And I think that's really one of the best ways that I have learned just over the past few years how to keep myself sane. Because there are moments when I feel so stressed. I feel like, oh, everything is just, you know, going crazy at once. And it's very normal to feel that way, you know, because especially if you're living away from home like I do, I don't stay with my family here. So a lot of situations that would have been solved by just talking to my mother or would have been solved by the help of my brother, he would always come to my rescue. Those things I have to manage on my own. I have to solve on my own. So um so it is very important for you to um be in that form of meditation. That way, you can avoid being stressed all the time, especially if you're in a situation like mine where you stay far away from home and you have to really depend on yourself in everything. So, another way to distress that I can. Oh, okay. So, do you do it in the morning or better before sleeping, and for how long? Okay. So, for meditation, it really depends on you as an individual. There was a time that I was really a morning person, more than now. I am a morning person, yes, I can wake up early and do things, but it depends on your schedule. If you're able to do it in the morning, that's good. But as long as you can do it at least once a day, as long as you can meditate and just be for 30 minutes, nothing. You're just there listening to your body. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Just like that, even if you just do it for 20 minutes, for 30 minutes, it's something that will help you to relax and will help you to come back, you know, to to reality or not to think about your problems so much. Because sometimes for problems to go away or for something to be solved, sometimes you just need to stop thinking. Because if you're thinking all the time, if you're worried all the time, you actually make your problems to become bigger. Even if they were simple problems that would have been solved just by a simple solution. But the more that you think about your problems, the bigger they become sometimes. So meditation really helps you to be grounded, to be grounded in your soul, in your spirit. I know that other people do not believe in religion and all that, but um, everyone has a spirit, everyone has a soul. You have this thing beyond the physical, beyond the flesh, and you need to always take care of that. It doesn't matter if you're taking care of it through medication, I said medication, through meditation or through prayer or whatever way that helps you to be grounded, that helps you to come back and to feel your spirit, to calm yourself down. Those things are very important for you to really distress. And before you ask me the question, Sazam, about when to do it, whether it's in the morning or in the evening, I was also going to talk about other ways on how you can distress. So, one of the best ways that I have actually found is to have a hobby, to have a hobby that you can do on your own, a hobby that is not dependent on other people. Because sometimes you will not be able to hang out with those friends, if you have a hobby like, oh, I chat with my friends every Wednesday. What if your friends don't show up? So what are you going to do? What if you just move to a new city? What are you going to do? You will be alone, stuck alone. So how can you develop those habits or those qualities that help you to remain grounded, that help to relax you? So you have to develop habits or develop those hobbies that you can do on your own, that are not dependent on anybody else. And for me, sightseeing is one of them, and cycling. So cycling and sightseeing, for me, they go together, especially in my city, the transport system. Sometimes it's hard to go around. So if you can cycle or take a walk on your own, those things are things that will relax you, and they are not dependent on you getting to know um, they are not dependent on you being with somebody else. If you can have friends, if you have family around, great. But if you don't have, you must be okay with being alone and developing those habits or doing things that make you happy, you know, doing things that excite you, things that you find useful, For me, I travel. So when I travel, going sightseeing, and I go to a museum, I'm just there looking at all those odd artifacts, looking at the odd things from the past. They just make me happy and it helps me to relax. So I really find that relaxing is one of the best ways that you can actually lose weight. And if you're stress free, it means you sleep better. And sleeping, believe it or not, is actually important for weight loss. So if you're able to sleep and give your body some rest and really undisturbed sleep, if you can have that, great. I know that sometimes it's not easy, especially, life comes with all its problems. So sometimes it's not easy for you to sleep or to have a regular sleep schedule. But the most important thing is to always bring yourself back. Bring yourself back to a healthy lifestyle. Sometimes you'll be in situations where you cannot really be as healthy. You cannot really sleep on time because maybe a family member is sick. Those things do happen. But when you can, bring yourself back to a healthy lifestyle. And if you can have a healthy lifestyle, it is very easy for you to lose weight and for you to lose belly fat or any other problems, even for you to have beautiful skin. Because sometimes skin problems are not really problems at all. It's just something that you're eating that your body is rejecting and it's showing on your skin. Like it happens to some people. I don't eat daily because I have a problem with daily. But some people, they they actually eat daily. And when they do eat any milk product, they have all these pimples, just their face, like their skin reacts. you know. And it's simple, just cut out the dairy and then you have beautiful skin. So, really, what we eat and how we live as a lifestyle is very instrumental for our health, and also particularly for our longevity and also the prevention of chronic disease. So, guys, this is what I wanted to share with you today. I know I have spoken a lot, and I hope that next time when I set up a live, you'll be able to join me again. And before I go, I just want to thank you for being here with me. And if you have any question, please write it so I can respond to you before I go away from this live. Okay, I'll be waiting. I'm waiting. Please comment, say something. Please say something. If you have any more question, I'm here. You can ask me before I sign off from the video. Either way, I'm so happy that you joined. It's my first live and I'm just happy to share my knowledge, and I hope that it can help you to live a much more healthy lifestyle. And I do not share these things because I'm perfect or because I have everything figured out. I'm still trying to figure it out, but everything that I find helpful in my own life is what I share with you. So just keep that in mind. I'm not telling you or prescribing and saying this is the only way to live. But I believe that everyone in their own life journey has their own purpose and their own pace on how to receive information and how to utilize information. So sometimes, for health information, you might not be. Oh, thank you so much. I'm happy to share my knowledge. So I hope that you can find your own way to be healthy. And if my information can assist you to find yourself and to find your own way of being healthy, the better. And remember, you're never too young to take care of yourself. You're never too young to take care of your health. Everyone needs to take care of their health at every stage of their life. When it is possible to do so, do it as much as you can. Because there's an odd book I'm gonna I'm gonna tell you about. So there's a book I read in high school. It's called Looking for a Rain God. And there's this story. It's called The Case of a Prison Monger. And it actually talks about the first sentence. It says, great expectations make frustrated men. You might eat healthy, but you may die soon, right? So it's funny that I say this, and I'm really standing on for health, but it's really true. You don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow, and you're not even sure if what you're doing is going to prevent you from getting a very bad disease or, you know, dying young. But all you have to do is do your best, you know, do your best. That way, when whatever happens, because it's life, anything that is meant to happen will happen. But you did your part, and you did your best. And for me, that is my principle in everything that I do. I give people my best. I give my best towards everything I do. And if anything wrong happens, it's not because I didn't give it my best. I tried, you know. So I just want to encourage you that just try, give it your best. Give your health the best shot it can get. Give your body the best nutrients you can afford. That way, if anything happens in future, you will proudly say, I did my best. Okay, I hope to see you next time. Enjoy your afternoon. And I'm so happy that you were with me today. Okay, bye.